When I pick up my waste oil, and I've got my pump, I pump it into some tanks. This is my main tank I pump it into. It's got a simple fuel gauge. Obviously you have to keep this really careful because, you know, if something happens here, all the oil can come out. This is my biggest fear, but I've replaced that recently and I like to keep that in good condition. But this here is the pump from the bottom of it. Hey, this setup was set up really quick. I haven't had a chance to perfect it. Like some of the other systems I've got are really nicely cleaned up and looking really good, but I needed this to work quickly because it feeds 3 waste oil burners, and so I keep a bit of pressure on there because it's got to pump it a little bit uphill, and it comes around and goes through a very effective filtering system. So I put 2 of these on. They just work really well, so I can swap them out without I can turn off one completely while the other one's still feeding the burners to keep the heat going, and replace a filter and then do the other one. I do them both at the same time. A big thing is a water trap, and you just excuse the mess, but the main thing is that it works, is that the water trap, it comes in and I just have a tap at the bottom of a little tube, and what that does is it just cleans out, you know, I can just open that every now and then. So if any sludge comes in, so it comes out of that big main tank, goes into here, it's got to climb its way up to these filters. And if it can't make it up there, then it's too heavy, it sits down the bottom and comes out the tap when I drain it. So there you go. It's a bit messy. I'd like to have it looking a lot better, but you know, it doesn't have to be like some of the other systems we built, which, you know, spent $250,000 on them, where this is actually quite an easy setup. And I've never, with a setup like this, which I always use, I've never actually had the filters block up quickly or unexpectedly. Somehow it just works really well. So you know, and to bleed it, you've got to put these little taps on here. These little taps are much better than just a little vice grip hexagon in there. Yeah, they work really well. And then it just comes from here, just comes out here, and then just heads straight off to the burners.